You've been playing that wrong. This is another in a series of videos that answer frequently asked questions and clear up rules confusions in the board game Vantage. Now, normally in these videos, I'm very careful to cover up cards so as not to spoil anything. But in this case, this episode concerns cards that have the instruction gain the result of. It has a card action that says you will gain the result of some other action. And because it's kind of a complicated case, I am going to reveal one card. And so if you don't want to see any spoilers whatsoever, then I suggest not watching this video and figuring it out for yourself. Okay, but in this case, the card in question that I'm going to spoil is the Listen ability, which is card 1494. And I guess I'm revealing a little bit of the location. So my character here is at location 783, and she had previously obtained the Listen ability. And the Listen ability says, I should say this card has 2 slots on it for taking challenge dice when you perform listen actions. And it has a card action which says, roll 3 dice. It's a purple action. Listen, gain the result of a consult, learn, or console action, and also gain an engage token. All right, so what does this mean? Obviously, it has something to do with a consult, learn, or console action. And my character happens to be at location 783, where console is one of the actions. Okay, so something's happening on this card. I'm able to console somebody, and that would result in me looking in the green book and rolling some dice. I'd like to take that action, but I'm a little bit concerned because my card array only has 1 free space for green actions, for help actions. I could only place 1 dice down, and it would have to be a morale. Whereas, and there's nothing else in my card tableau that could help me. That green action slot there is only for honor actions, and I want to do a console. I don't have any help tokens. I have a purple look token, but I don't have any green help tokens. However, I do have this ability. And this ability says I can listen to gain the result of a console action. In other words, I can take this console action, but instead of going to the book and seeing how many dice I have to roll and having to place them only on green console slots, green or console slots, I can instead just roll 3 dice. And they're purple dice. So let's say that's what I decide to do. I'm going to say I'm going to console, but I'm going to use my listen ability to do the consoling. I'm a good listener, and that's a good way to console. I can even spend this token so that I only roll 2 dice, okay? And let's say I roll 2 morale from the 3 reduced to 2 that I've rolled. I can place 1 here because it was a listen action. Even though I'm trying to console, I'm doing it by listening. I do have to remove 2 boosts from this card in order to place that dice there. And the reason I did that one first is because I'm now going to place the other one here, which generates a boost. So I get one of those boosts right back, and I'm ready to take that action in the future. And it says I also am going to gain an engage token for the future. Now I gain the result of that consult action. So I'm at location 783, and I can look in the green book, finding location 783, and it says console the sentient, roll 5 dice, and they would be green dice. But I don't have to do that. My listen ability essentially let me bypass rolling 5 dice. I've already rolled the dice that I need to roll, and so I can ignore that part, and then I can just go on to get whatever consequences there are from the console action, and they're probably pretty good, right? I would have had to roll 5 dice. Maybe the sentient is going to join me. Maybe he's going to give me a reward. Maybe he's going to give me some information. All of that without actually having to take a green action, which I'm not strong in, and rather I took a purple action, which I had a look token to reduce the cost of. I had some special slots in my cards. I got a orange engage token as a benefit as well. Okay, now sometimes you'll do these kind of cards. You'll look in the book and say, well, I would have only had to roll 1 dice, and here I rolled 3. But even still, the benefits probably are in your favor, right? Because we got rid of a couple of dice out of the dice pool. We got an engage token. We generated some boost on this card. And we got whatever rewards still were at that particular location. So I don't know, again, if the gain the result of instruction are limited to cards that say ability on the side. There are several abilities in the deck in which sort of one color action can substitute for another, or at least you have automatic dice slots for that action that you want to take. But whenever you see this gain the result of as a instruction on the card, that's how they work. You're essentially substituting one action for another, a known cost in dice rolls rather than look up in the book and hope it's a dice cost that you can afford, etc. And that's how you use ability cards, gain the result of cards in the board game Vantage.